Good afternoon, Team Yap listeners. Welcome back to the first 2025 installment of the Yap. New Year, New Yap. I am your co-host, Chris Lavalette.
And I'm your co-host, Emily Brewer. And Chris just gave me this episode's title name, New Year, New Yap. Thank you very much, Chris.
I got you.
Hard to believe that it's 2025.
2025, the 2024 is long gone behind us. Doesn't feel like it.
So I think we can officially say this is season 2 of Team Yap, the Pokemon podcast.
Season 2 of the Yap. The new year starts. I'm down with that.
Because
season 2, episode 14.
We did start in 2024, which is...
I think it was March.
It was right around then, but it's hard to believe that it's been that long since we've been doing the podcast. 14 episodes, I mean, that's a pretty decent number when you think about the fact that we're doing this like at our job as part of just like work.
We don't have a schedule.
We're just doing it because we want it. We're yapping.
Yeah.
So it's super exciting. I will say we already have some great ideas in store for 2025. You're going to want to stick around for the April Fool's episode.
Definitely.
That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, Happy New Year, 2025.
Happy New Year. Emily, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling like pretty good. I'm very Pokemon.
You got the Arcanine shirt, all good to go.
You know that we are recording.
It's missing the Magikarp hat.
The Magikarp hat, yes. You know that we're recording an episode of Team Yap when Emily comes in wearing my Pokenerd Arcanine shirt. And funny you mentioned the Magikarp hat because I have like a stack of hats on my dresser because I have no better place to put them. Totally forgot I even had that hat. So thanks for the reminder.
Next time.
I'm feeling very Pokemon. And you can interpret that in any way you wish to interpret that. How are you feeling, Chris?
I too am feeling very Pokemon. I'm ready to get this podcast off the ground, this episode. We've definitely been feeling very Pokemon this year with recent purchases.
We've been feeling very broke.
Let's just jump straight into it. Emily and I have dipped back into some Pokemon cards a little bit.
Oh, God.
And when I say a little bit, I mean...
a lot of it.
So very recently, like I think it's either tail end of 2024 or it came out this year, but most recent Japanese Pokemon card set, Terastal Festival EX. I had never dipped into Japanese Pokemon cards at all before this. I really only ever had whatever ones I got from my brother's collection.
Yep.
When I was growing up. So I now for the first time actively went and bought some. We both each have now bought
2
boxes of this set. But it's a pretty cool set. So of course, again, like I said, full Japanese set. It's all like seems mostly focused on evolutions.
Yep.
Actually, it's gonna when it comes to the West and gets translated to English. This set, it's going to be all of these cards from Terastal Festival EX. As well as from some starter decks.
Oh.
And a bunch of reprints from the past year or so.
I didn't know that.
Are going to be put into Prismatic Evolutions is going to be the English set.
I see.
And I was speculating about this behind the scenes with Emily, but I was incorrect as I looked it up. This will be a regularly released set.
Okay,
like individual booster packs, all that.
Not just like promo tins and stuff like that. Got you. Okay. Well, it's interesting because it makes sense now what we have kind of talked about in terms of like the probability of pulling certain cards in the Japanese set is higher.
They're a lot more like you're guaranteed some cool stuff.
Some good hits versus...
because like our boxes were you're guaranteed one special illustration or special art rare per box.
And then 1 in 3 a Master Ball.
Yep, 1 in 3 a Master Ball, which in my 2 I did not get a Master Ball.
I got like the worst Master Ball you can
Did you look
get.
it up afterwards?
I looked it up. It's like a couple bucks.
Yeah.
But it's also like I had to look up. I had no idea what that Pokemon even was. Oh, that's
right. Because you haven't played the DLCs for Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I literally had to be. Okay. Google search history. Pokemon that looks like a building.
Which, I mean, technically there's like 3 different answers for the same Pokemon.
Exactly. And so then I got Duraludon or whatever. And then I had to search Duraludon Evolution because that's the one it actually was.
And you were probably, Duraludon did get an evolution in the DLC for Gen 9.
Crazy.
It's so weird. Well, I mean, like, it
makes sense.
They gave Applin a new evolution
Sure.
in the first DLC, and then that evolution got an evolution in the second DLC. I don't love that. But then, yes, Duraludon just randomly also gets an evolution during this DLC. I guess they used it as an ace Pokemon once before, and they didn't want to do it again, so evolve it.
Well, it's like, okay, here's a Pokemon that has like steel beams attached to it. Like, what the
Make
fuck
it a
even
bridge.
is that? Like, okay, what is this?
That's the natural evolution. A skyscraper folds down and evolves into a bridge.
So weird. So what gen did that Pokemon originally come out? Not the evolution.
Duraludon 8.
So is that Sword and Shield?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Came out in just the gen prior, and it was the ace Pokemon for the Dragon Gym Leader.
And that's why I don't really like know that very much either, because I've played some Sword and Shield, haven't finished the game.
But it's like that was in the realm, like Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon. That's kind of where the knowledge falls off a bit.
Gotcha. So, needless to say, I was happy that I got a Master Ball. Pissed off that it was a fucking like bridge. Like, okay. And then I also got, so in my 2 boxes that I bought, the first one I got a full art Flareon, and the second one I got a full art Leafeon. Full art Leafeon, way cooler than the full art Flareon, I will have to say. But Chris here.
What's up?
Go fuck yourself, man. I don't even want to talk about it. So I'm going to let you talk about it.
But I'm going to talk about it. So in my 2 boxes, I'll talk about the second box first.
Okay.
The second box first, I actually went ahead and led the charge. So what happened was we were in the store, and the first time we went and got boxes, she had just picked something out I had seen, but I hadn't fully paid attention to what was going on. She grabbed some packs and this box that she'd asked about. So I was actually going in not completely understanding what I was getting. I go up to the counter myself, grab some packs myself, and then I was just like, oh, I'll just get that box that my friend got too.
Mm-hmm.
And then he turns to me, he's like, are you sure you want the whole box? Says, yeah, why? He's like, it's 110. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. I do it. I went and get it. And then, so that was the first time. The first time she led the charge, and I just followed along like, yeah, why not? That would, the price would be why not, but
we'll tell you what he got in that box after he talks about his second box.
The second time we go in again, and I'm like, man, for reasons yet to be disclosed, I was feeling like another one. And so I actually led the charge, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get one. And we walked into the store. Emily's telling me she's not going to get anything, thinking about
trying to be responsible.
And then I ruined that.
Yeah.
She then followed in my footsteps on that one.
I had FOMO, major FOMO.
And it's a dangerous thing. And in that second box, I pulled, my first thing that I found that was pretty neat was a full gold art Ogerpon.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Which is really cool.
Was that one of the like hidden ones that you're not sure, or is that on the list?
That is, what do you mean? Sorry, like
I feel like isn't there like one, like when you look at like, there's like versions of them that are like the most rare.
I think you're right. I've never seen any of those. This isn't that.
Okay.
I mean, there is like these. This is still, I think, a special art rare.
Cool.
Or no, this is ultra rare. I think it was with the all gold art.
Yep.
Wasn't worth much, but it's still really cool. Probably one that'll bring along in our next escapade to the mall, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
And the other card that I got from that box, my second one, was a full art Sylveon EX. That card from TerraFest EX is the second biggest chase in the set. Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, my first box that I got, where I was following along Emily's lead, I pulled the full art Umbreon EX, which is the chase card of the set.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize in the moment that what I had until I grabbed it. It was like, oh, this is really cool. Threw it in a soft sleeve, threw it in a hard sleeve, set it down all nice and neat. And then I looked it up afterwards. Mm-hmm. And then my jaw hit the floor.
And the price has only gone up since.
And the price has only gone up since. I'm terrified for when the English release comes out, what that'll do to it, but I don't know. I have no idea. I've never been in a situation like this. So yeah, those were my probably the best pulls I'll ever get from the TCG.
So tell us how much it is raw right now.
Raw right now, last I looked, it was about 360 for market value on TCG Player. and the Sylveon about 115, 116.
And what about graded? Do you know?
Graded, I only really have eBay listings to go off of. I looked a little bit myself, and like it ranges anywhere from like 500 to 800.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't check on the Sylveon though.
Gotcha. Yep. Yeah. So needless to say.
But like I just some crazy stuff for just pulling some pieces of cardboard out of a bag of plastic.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Like, I mean, because the shop that we bought it at, the first week when we bought it was 110. Then the price raised within the week to 120.
So it was like, that tells you this set, a hot ticket item.
Yeah. I do think it was released end of 2024 because I got a video on my TikTok of somebody selling them from the end of the year, but they were also selling it for like $70 a box. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, they're like, huge sale, $70. I'm like, dude, I will not, and I have not, will not, and will never buy anything off of TikTok shop, but I have been tempted by all of the Pokemon card sellers. we'll say that.
There's got to be some other way to get you though.
Well, the whole reason we went back to the shop, the place that, I mean, it's a super cool, it's a sports store. I mean, they sell like
a bunch of sports memorabilia,
jerseys,
collectibles.
But I mean, the big draw of that store is the cards.
Like sports cards, Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I know they sell Yu-Gi-Oh! Like product. I haven't seen singles in the cases, as far as I know.
Pokemon and sports are big. Every time we've gone in there, people are buying Pokemon or looking at the sports cards. Like nobody, like, I mean, of course they sell the like jerseys and hats and all that stuff too, like, because that's also product that they have. But everybody's at the counter trying to buy cards, which is like, it's cool. It's cool to have a shop like that. Well, the reason why we went in is because we talked to the man behind the counter a while ago, because I had pulled a shiny Charizard from a Paldean Fates set that goes for a decent amount of money, and I was like, oh, I want to get this graded. And so this store actually will take your cards that you want to get graded, you pay them, and then they'll send them out to be graded.
They'll get them done through PSA.
So that way you don't have to deal with it. I think it will cost us less money in the long run. Potentially.
I think because
you have to have a certain amount of cards that you want to send out to make it worth it if you're doing it on your own. Yeah,
especially if you're doing it on your own, because they will price you out like per card. So, but with that, it's like you have to take care of the shipping all yourself and because they will have particular requirements. Because like we were talking with the guy before, and I had asked if there was anything in terms of prep that we would have to do on our own for our cards, and through them, no, there was nothing that we had to do. Just bring them in as they are. He's got his own card savers, and
which is amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
And if we did it on our own, like, I mean, I would probably never send anything in to be graded because I'd be like so overwhelmed. Like I just wouldn't want to do it.
Absolutely.
So it's super cool that they offer that.
Yeah.
So I went through and I found some cards that I was interested in getting graded. I have a big stack that actually when we go to the mall next, probably what I'll do is just bring the stack and be like, look at these and pick out the ones that you think are worth it, because definitely don't want to get all of them graded, but there are a few that I'm definitely interested in. I think obviously particularly the Charizard, probably the Leafeon that I got, Flareon, who knows. And then there's a few like kind of older ones. Like
I'd recommend the Leafeon too.
You think so?
It's up there with the, yeah.
Like there's like an old, like, it's like a full art supporter card that I pulled. I don't remember what set it is from, but I will find it right now.
Judge?
No, not the, I have so many of those.
Or is it also from this set?
I don't know it was like an old one because I think I bought like one of those like scam. It's not a scam, but like not worth it boxes from Walmart that are like the random
hodgepodge Pokemon cards. That's
this card.
Like all the good stuff's taken out already.
That's worth the decent amount of money.
That's cool.
So that's
funny you managed to get it out one of those then.
Yeah. Miriam. Who is Miriam?
She would be one of the teachers from Scarlet and Violet, I believe.
Ah, okay.
One of those things that I never interacted with.
Yeah, that's why I don't know who the fuck that is. It's a cool card. So, and then there's a few others, and you know, we were talking. I had my partner and I were just going through some of his things at his parents' house, and we found a bunch of his old cards. And so there are a few in there that I think are worth money and might be worth getting graded. Most of them probably not. And then so I just kind of found a few others that, like I have a couple full arts from the 151 Japanese set that I bought that are worth a decent amount of money. And so probably those. But other than that, I'm just kind of like, for the novelty of it.
Oh, absolutely. Like I will likely end up selling some of these, but
Sure.
like I want them graded, and because like my mini ore card that I think I showed you a while ago,
Yep.
that full art one, I'm getting at. I definitely want that one graded along with my stuff too. I'm absolutely keeping that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like most of these I probably won't end up selling in, but getting them graded is also just, I think, your best bet if you want to sell them in the future.
Oh, for sure. Like preserving them.
Exactly.
Making sure like they're not going to get bent, not
Sure.
exposed to any elements.
Yep.
I mean, that's the thing that sucks with hollows.
Yeah.
They sit around for any time at all, and they start bending just on their own.
Exactly. Well, so I did end up putting the Charizard under some books, still under some books, because I'm like, okay.
A lot of my things are under, I mean, I have it in sleeves, in hard sleeves,
Yeah.
and then it's under like ETB boxes. Yeah, like pretty much everything that I had, even.
Most of them were fine. This one, but I did notice that. I mean, why is that? Is it like moisture in the air that's causing that? Like,
it's just the hollows, so it's got to be something to do with the holographic. Like,
interesting.
like any foil card.
Yeah.
Is pretty much the ones that'll
So
do it.
odd. It's kind of a bummer.
I think it's a temperature thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm hoping I can get a 10 on that Charizard. Be kind of bummed if I send that out and pay money for it and it's not a 10.
I mean, hey, I think it's like 5 or above you're good. I don't know. I know there can be, like I specifically looked it up. There can be, you could lose out on value from grading, but I feel like that's got to be if it's like damaged or like really
sure.
bad.
So we'll see what happens. I'm excited.
I got to imagine you'll get something good out of it.
What was he saying about I think he said it was $25
Yes.
a card, but if it's a big card, it's more?
Oh, I only remember it might have been $25 in general for like just bringing some things into him, and then depending on how much more cards you have in it, might be more than 25.
Gotcha.
That could be. I don't remember exactly.
Price will definitely determine how many I send out.
I would imagine, yeah. Because I can't imagine that, just a hard 25, and then, you want to send out?
No.
250
I was
of these
thinking
cards
25
here?
each.
I hope not, but
We'll see what when we bring them in. But that's the update on that. Pretty excited. I did buy a graded Shining Arceus from that store when we went in.
Right, you did.
That was cool.
Sitting on a shelf.
My buddy also for my birthday. Yes, my birthday. He was like, "What's your favorite Pokemon?" And I said Drifloon. I didn't think anything of it, and he just bought me a graded Drifloon. I was like, "Okay, I'll take it."
I mean, you've been there. You got me that little coin thing.
I got Chris a graded Cubone.
A Super Batoman 2, Pokemon Cubone coin, not like
an actual
coin.
Coin, but
it's like a Pog.
shaped. Yeah, it's shaped like a coin, but it's like cardboard or whatever.
Yeah. Think Pogs. It's basically one of those.
I wanted to get him it was somebody's Marowak. I don't remember.
Probably like Giovanni.
No, it wasn't Giovanni.
Brock.
No.
Bruno.
Nope.
Oh.
It was somebody though. Somebody's Marowak, but it was like $100, and I was like, I don't know. And then I did just spend fucking $95 on an Arceus for myself, so I guess I'm selfish. But yeah, so I'm looking.
Love my Cubone coin.
I'm looking forward to it. Where do you have that, by the way?
Oh, it's on my shelf.
At home?
Front and center, in front of my little Sobble plush.
Nice, very nice. I'm running out of shelf space.
I've been out.
I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm scared. What that tells me is stop buying shit.
No.
But
never gonna happen.
But that is not going to happen. Chris is right. It's never going to happen. So I do need to. We do need to start budgeting. Like,
Hope for the best, expect the worst.
I know Jordan and I, like, we've been talking about it, like, we need a budget. We need to do this. I'm like, okay, because I know that that's going to be really hard for me to like have self control and not buy Pokemon cards if I want it. I was saying to Chris, like, the first box of the Terrestrial Festival, like, this just is fun. The second box, I was like, this is purely gambling.
That one was like, all right, we're trying our luck.
Exactly. And, you know, it's better than, you know, going to the casino and doing a spin for $10,000 or something like that. But, you know.
That's true until you say that too many times.
This is true. This is true. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I started trying to organize my cards a little bit better. They were just like in random like tins that I had bought. Oh, by the way, that Paldean Fates tin that I bought, nothing.
What do you mean? You got the Charizard?
I got the Charizard, and I will say, like, not nothing. I got a shiny Drifloon, which I already have like 3 of now at this point because I bought one on TCG. But yeah, the promo Charizard card. So. Can't complain totally, but I was hoping for another big pull. But, you know.
Always hoping for a big pull.
Exactly. So I started.
Game.
Exactly. It really is. Started organizing my stuff. Jordan got me a big like case to just kind of put all my bulk cards in. I'm at the point where I already need another one, which tells me again I need to slow down. Which is just a good practice, anyways. I mean, like, don't stop completely, but slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. So. Excited about that, and then I also bought some like hard sleeves. I'd never had those before to like put some of my nicer ones in, and so just feeling a little bit more organized about that, which is a good thing. And I think before we jump into some Pokemon Go stuff and video games, I will mention that I also have spent a lot of money on one of Chris and I's mall trips at a different store in the mall that also sells cards and games and
oh yes, that's right.
Old what do you call it? Old, it's like video games, old consoles. You can trade your game consoles in. You can. Yeah,
they do buying and selling. They do repairs. They do super juicing, outfitting your. Gameboys with all the bells and whistles.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Gameboys, so I don't fully understand what I bought.
I love that. This is still the point we're at.
Yes. I bought a Game Boy. I don't understand what it is. Like, is this a custom built Game Boy that I bought?
It's a Game Boy Advance with a custom shell.
Okay.
And then, because, right, your screen is still that same that you need a headlamp for at the moment.
Yes, no backlight.
And there's no, like, none of that fancy settings menu that he showed us, nothing like that.
No.
From what I remember, I believe it was just the shell that was custom.
So I bought a Game Boy with a custom shell. He called it Squirtle Blue. He got me with that one. And the reason why I bought this Game Boy was because when we go into the shop, I always go back and look to see if they have old Pokemon games. Those things fly off the shelves.
Yep.
So
they come in, but
they're gone immediately. So the day that Chris and I happened to go in, they had Pokemon Blue, and they also had Pokemon Gold, but not any Pokemon Gold. They had a custom case. Pokemon Gold in a custom cartridge case.
What did he call it? Because I know it was like it wasn't the blue that they had at the store, but they'd had a Pokemon Blue that was similar, a red and a green, and they were all like food. It was like blueberry blue.
I don't remember what he called this one, but essentially what it was is like, it's the game. It's the actual game, but then they've replaced the outer casing of it with like metal, and it's gold. It's not real gold,
yeah,
but
it's a gold aluminum
colored.
Case.
And he was telling us all this stuff, like he's got a guy in England who like does them, and they're like, he only gets them every once in a while, and this is the last one, and all this stuff. And I was sold. So I think the Pokemon Blue was like, what? I don't remember how much Pokemon Blue was, but it was a reasonable amount of money.
Good bit less.
The custom Pokemon Gold was $100. And then I had to buy, so these are the like bigger cartridges, and I don't think you can play those on like a DS. You might be able to.
No.
But so that was like, okay, I need to buy a Game Boy. And so I purchased this Squirtle Blue Game Boy. And, yeah, I've been playing the games. Let's rewind a little bit here. We buy the Game Boy. We buy the games. I take it home. Blue works fine. And I should mention that while we're at the store, he puts both in the Game Boy. They boot up. They turn on. I go home. I play Blue. Blue works fine. Like, oh, I'm so excited. I want to try the custom. Custom doesn't turn on. It turns on, like the Game Boy logo comes on, but then there's just like a black bar underneath over the Nintendo logo. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so I go back to the store like a week later. Were you with me? Or I think it was just me. And the guy's kind of like a little apprehensive. He's like, is she going to go Karen on me? And I'm like, no, I'm not like that. And I tell him, I said, listen, Pokemon Blue works fine. I can't get Gold to work. I know it has nothing to do with like the hardware. Like I know, like, because I watched you do it and I haven't done anything since. And so then he takes it, he plugs it in, turns it on, it boots up. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you a magic wizard or something? Like, it only works on your touch. Like, so he does it a couple times and I'm like, listen, give me the Game Boy, watch me do it so that we can like clear this up. Cause I don't want to have to come back again.
Yeah.
I turn it on. He's like, you're not pushing it in far enough. You're being too gentle with your custom cartridge.
You're being too careful with your $100 game.
And that's exactly what I was doing. You needed to push it down an extra notch to click it because it's in a custom case, so it doesn't go in as easy as like a normal game would. And it turns on fine. I'm like, I felt a little silly. I'm not gonna lie, but I was mostly just relieved that it was working.
You didn't want to force feed the $100 custom game into your custom game.
Because then it would have been my fault if it hadn't worked. So it worked, and then, but like as Chris mentioned, there's no like backlight, so I have to play the game in a really well lit area, or what I had been doing was putting a headlamp on and playing it with the headlamp, which is giving me a headache.
Good old classic Game Boy.
Yes. So
I guess it helps that I had the Game Boy Advance, right? Yeah, Game Boy Advance SP, the flipping.
Same. That's the one that I had. That's exactly the one that I had. So I wasn't used to that. And he mentioned, getting it upgraded instead of buying it souped up would be a little bit cheaper. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. I went and dropped it off with Chris yesterday. The guy wasn't in, which I was a little bummed about. So I'm gonna get a call from him, or when we go to get our shit graded, I'm gonna probably just swing by and pop in. Yeah, let's chat. Because I need a light. I need a light on there. I want to be able to play it in any condition. I want to be able to play it in the dark. Like, I don't want to have a headlamp on. But I'm like so pumped about that. I also just love that like there's no like name censoring in these games. Yep. So you can
name anything, whatever.
You can name anything, whatever. And I am having way too much fun with that. But the reason why I bought these two was I never played Blue, never played Red, never played Gold. So I was like, here's my opportunity. Yeah. I want to do it. And it's been fun so far. I miss the grind. Like the grind, you don't grind in the same way that you used to have to.
No.
Like there's no XP share. Like I remember I accidentally went the wrong way and started going towards Victory Road, and then your rival comes up to you and like battles you.
Oh, yep.
And it knocks me out because I'm like, dude, I wasn't high enough level. I'm just trying to explore like where everywhere I can go. So it's just way. It's more of a grind, which I think is really cool.
The times where you would have to sacrifice a member of your party just to be able to beat a certain gym leader, as in like, you need to go catch something specifically to help beat this gym leader with what your team is or whatever. Exactly. Or the days of needing a full member of your party to have all the HMs.
Exactly. That too. And I had to do that. I was like, I got Flash. And then I'm like, I don't have any Pokemon in my party that can learn Flash.
There's no key item in my inventory to use this for me. What?
Yeah.
Where's my ride Pokemon?
But I missed that. I missed that a lot. And so it's been fun to play that, and I'm excited about it. Yeah, we'll have to figure out if we can get that like to stream or something for an episode.
Which would be cool.
And we can do that with other games too. But yeah, so I'm excited. Did you ever play blue or gold?
I had
Or
red.
Red?
I had red because I got that as a hand-me-down from my brother growing
Nice.
up. And so Blastoise was always my pick. growing
Gotcha.
up.
Cool. I can't remember. Definitely picked in blue, I picked Bulbasaur. And then, because I'm like for my new game. And then gold, I ended up picking Cyndaquil. Just because of the whole recent lore.
Why would you want it on
Well,
your team?
I think I named it Creep. So, yeah, so I'm having fun with that. Anyways, what else we got going on here? We got
We did a lot of talking about the retro game. How about we talk about current game?
Sure.
Pogo.
Pokemon Go, man.
What do we got going on? We got stuff going on. We had
ends.
stuff going on.
We had stuff going on.
Had the whole Fido thing.
I
Happened.
didn't play much during that event.
I didn't. I really got like a few Fido. Mm-hmm. Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, and like I was like,
Why did they not name this event that? By the way,
They should
They're
have.
waiting for the third dog.
what's the third dog?
Oh gosh, I know it's.
Is it Paldean?
Yes, because I know the evolution is Mabostiff.
Oh,
The pre-evolution.
I know what you're talking about. And I
Cannot-
also cannot think of what
Can't
that
remember the
Pokemon's
name because
called.
I just hated it so much. It was so annoying, just running up to me in the wild, like I'm just trying to play the game. Leave me alone.
Well, and the only reason I know
Running
my
from this pack of dogs.
Bostiff is because of Arvin. Yeah.
Mabostiff, no.
Sad storyline.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
That makes sense that they're waiting on that.
I'm looking it up.
When you figure out what that is, it's going to hit us both and we're going to be like, how did we?
Mastiff.
Exactly. How did we forget that?
I was thinking something like Mass Chief because like mischief.
Master
but-
Chief.
Master. Just takes off the helmet. Woof. But yeah, that's that. I'm calling that now. That's my prediction.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Once Mastiff and Mabostiff enter the game, that'll
Heck
be
yeah.
they're gonna let all three of them out. All the other dog Pokemon.
That'll be fun.
Also, Fido was in the wild. Yes,
Yes.
that's a brand new Pokemon that debuted and was in the wild,
They don't usually do that.
which is bull.
They usually do eggs.
They should be doing it like in the
They should
wild.
be doing it always because I mean they have the Rookidee event coming up,
But
and
20
that's
I
just
was just looking into
eggs
the
and
events
raids,
and all that.
right?
Eggs and raids for Rookie D. 12 km eggs for Shroodle and Grafaiai when they come out.
So those are rocket eggs, right?
Yep.
Oh my god, that
I
sucks.
really love them continuing to debut Pokemon into the game and having them be locked behind eggs
Well, you know,
or raids.
I mean, the reason why they do that is because they're money hungry and you have to buy incubators,
Money.
which is why I bought a phone walker. So screw you, Niantic, but also screw Emily because that means I'm just going to spend more money on an incubator.
I mean, hey, oh yeah. That's
But what that means, though, is that I don't really need to spend money on super incubators because I can just put them in normal
Set
and
it
then
to go.
set it on the walker. Like I mentioned before, the downside of that is I can't use my phone,
Yeah.
which is actually kind of a good thing because it gets me away from the phone. So
Hell yeah. Set it down, go do something.
exactly. So what else? We had a holiday event. We had New Year's. Those were kind of meh.
I didn't get much.
I didn't get anything for the holiday.
Anything, yeah. Fashion Week.
Fashion Week.
Fashion Week. Yeah, so the other things. Oh yeah, because it's Fashion Week taken over is the Shroodle Grafaiai thing that's coming. Because
okay.
that's starting on Wednesday.
I see.
I really want Grafaiai, but 12 cam eggs only.
Well, you know, so my level up challenge is beating leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So during the taken over stuff, there's more. What do you call it? More
Grunts.
grunts around. So I'll have more of a chance to get to the leaders, more of a chance to hatch eggs. And if I get an extra, you know, you'll get one.
Right. I appreciate it.
But yeah, so we right now that has not happened yet. It's just plain old Fashion Week. Oh my God, I just dropped my pen and scared me. And I typically like Fashion Week. I think it's kind of fun. It's also like kind of bizarre to have that event in Pokemon Go.
It's really weird, and it's just a lot of them are a bunch of Pokemon in bowler hats, just vibing. Like there's a Diglett. I mean, I kind of like the Diglett.
Mm-hmm,
He's a dapper fellow. I want a shiny one of those, but
I would love a shiny Diglett.
I have other bowler hat shinies, so I'm good.
Chris did get a Curlia.
I got a
Shiny
Curlia.
Curlia?
And just today, a Shinx.
Dude, you got both the hat ones. Wait, that's so funny. I forgot about that.
Now I just need a Diglett.
I'm looking at this Lunar New Year. Which we should take full advantage of because there's increased chance to become lucky friends. Chris and I have never hit lucky friends. So
yeah, beyond the first time, like when you're guaranteed it for being friends or hitting best friends or whatever. Beyond that, no. We got a lucky trade randomly one time, and that was it.
What did I trade you? You traded me a shiny Bulbasaur.
I don't remember.
So that will be a good opportunity for us, hopefully. But Fashion Week. So I think it was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, during a Valentine's Day event, Furfrou were spawning because there's a special trim that you can do on Valentine's Day or around Valentine's Day, with like the heart trim or whatever. I was at work. I went on a walk, and usually when I go on a walk at work and I'm trying to play Pokemon Go, I don't have my auto catcher connected because I'm just trying to play. It was raining, and so I had my auto catcher on because it was too much of a pain in the ass to play.
Yeah.
I get back to work and I do the thing that you should never do, which is check your journal when you have an auto catcher attached.
Oh no.
And I see that my auto catcher failed to catch a shiny Furfrou. And I was devastated. Oh. I was so devastated. I love black shinies. I think black shinies are so cool.
Well, it's like, what? This isn't the only one, too, because you had the one in the car.
There has been several that have gotten away from me. And so event like Fashion Week, I mean, Furfrou's always in Fashion Week because it's like some like fancy like dog Pokemon. It haunts me. So I click on every Furfrou I see. I'm like hoping it's going to be black. Usually it's not. After dropping off Chris, when we hung out yesterday, was that yesterday? It
was really just yesterday. Yes, because
seems like 10 days ago. I don't know why.
Yes, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long after you sent me the text about the Furfrou.
Yeah.
And then it was way later that night that you sent me the text about the cards.
Yes. Yep. So on my way home from dropping Chris off, I decided to stop by the local college that's near where I live.
Yes.
Because it's really easy to kind of just drive around and like shiny check everything. And I'm like, screw it. It's on the way. I'll do it. Clicked on a couple of Furfrous. They were normal. Clicked on one. It was shiny. Oh my God. I was so happy. It's going to stay. Once you change the trim, can you change it back?
I don't know.
So it's staying.
I don't mess with Furfrou.
Yeah. It's staying normal because I love the look of just the no trim shiny Furfrou. It's so good. So I was very excited about that. And then it's always funny catching a non-event shiny during an event, like when a bunch of event Pokemon are spawning, but then also some non-event Pokemon are spawning. And so this morning on the way to work, you kind of drive along past a body of water, and water Pokemon will always spawn no matter what event is going on. So Shellos, Goldeen, Staryu, those type of Pokemon, and occasionally some Laprases. And a Lapras pops up on the screen. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen one of those in a while. I click on it. It's fucking purple. I do not have a shiny Lapras. I'm losing my goddamn mind.
That was your first
one? That was my first one.
God damn.
And Lapras is like very hard to catch. Like Golden Berry, excellent throws. It will still pop out. I think it took me like 5, 6, 7 Golden Berries with mostly excellent throws to finally catch it. And
game is brutal sometimes.
I had pulled over into like a laundromat, and there was like a guy standing out there, and it was like it was a little creepy. And I'm like, just don't look at him. Look at the Lapras. This is what you need. And I finally got him, and I was very pleased about that. But yeah, that was my first one. I was super excited about that.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, my shiny luck hasn't been that good. I mean, I got a few during New Year's, the New Year's event. That's the thing about, and you experience this too. You'll have a good event. Then the next couple events, you won't get anything. Then you'll have a good event. Then the next couple events, you won't get anything.
Dry patch.
It's really fucking annoying. It pisses me off. But that's what keeps me playing, to be honest with you. Oh, yeah, I got a random shiny Alolan Raichu from...
That's right, your chocolate mouse.
Yes, from a research breakthrough. I hate research breakthroughs. It pisses me off because I have to do another step when I thought I was just gonna do one. Mm-hmm. And I've never gotten anything good from research breakthrough. I was at Panera Bread or something waiting for my lunch. I'm sitting there, click on it. I don't even notice it first. And I'm like, wait a minute, that is a dark brown chocolate mouse. Lost my goddamn mind. Did the trick where you turn the AR on and then turn the AR off so that the sparkles appear again, because I didn't get a screenshot of it. Did you know about that?
I did not know.
So when you get a shiny, if you want to take a screenshot and you miss the shiny animation, if you turn AR on and then turn it back off, it'll do the shiny animation again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to run from it.
Exactly, which is scary, and you don't want to have to do that if you can help it.
So I like quick catching shinies. I can't. I refuse.
Oh my god, I will not quick catch unless even Community Day shinies. I won't quick catch because it's not worth it. Yeah, and then what do we got? Ralt's Community Day Classic coming up.
Yep,
it's exciting.
Got that. Won't be too bad.
Just had a Mega Gallade raid day.
Yep, I didn't really get to do that one.
I mostly was able. I mean, I do the not Poke Raid. What's it called? Is it Poke Raid? The app Poke Genie to get you into queues or whatever. But the new feature where you can just go on your friends list and join whoever's on the list. I have a lot of local people that will meet up and go around, and so I just would open and close the friends list until one would show up, and then I'd join remotely because, again, I will spend as much money as I want in that game, which I need to stop doing. Yeah, so I ended up getting 2 shinies. So if you want one, but we also have the Community Day coming up. So
yes, of course.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with Pokemon Go. I feel like they go through phases where they chock it full of a bunch of events, and then there's dry patches where you're this is boring.
Now we're in January, so
yep.
In terms of holidays and stuff, there's a lot more sparsed out.
This is true. Yeah.
So I mean, that's probably why stuff like Fashion Week happens. So.
Yep. Well, I'm looking forward to taking over because I really should take advantage of that and try to finish the Team Rocket task because I'm getting bored of.
I've got some, and I think Galar Calling builds up to it too.
Wait, I might be on that for Galar Calling. Let's see.
Because I'm already getting grunts and stuff for missions.
Yep, it does.
Yeah.
12. I'm on. What are you on for Galar Calling?
That'll be my third one. I'm on. I think the one before. What is your
12?
Galar? And is that the max or?
Say that again.
So sorry. Oh, okay. Galar Calling is 19. Go Rocket Bus. So I'm at I think 9 or 10.
Okay, gotcha. Well, see, I could do this because I have. No, where's my items? I have 2 Super Rocket Radars, but I hang on to them because it's depending on who he has, I don't necessarily want to duplicate unless it's something really good.
Right.
So I've been holding on to those, and I'll wait till. Do we know what he's going to have for this event?
Shadow Palkia, I believe.
Shadow Palkia? Oh.
At least that's what's coming with the next thing, so.
If that's the case, then I will certainly do an extra Rocket Radar.
Do you have a Shadow, or is Shadow Giratina and Dialga a thing?
I don't know if they've released those.
I guess you're just particularly interested
in
Palkia.
Okay. I love Palkia because Pearl was my first Pokemon game. So I'm very partial to Palkia. Do not have a shiny Palkia in either form. But my highest and best Pokemon is a almost fully maxed Origin form Palkia. Ooh. Which is a monster in Master League. And the reason why I leveled it up and was playing Master League was because one of the level up challenges is winning a certain amount of battles in the Great Ultra in Master League. And I was kind of doing it with my ult, but then I did that with for Great and Ultra. Couldn't do that for Master because my Pokemon on my alt are not high enough level. So then I actually had to like play.
Yeah.
And I hate PvP. You can get some crazy rewards from PvP. You can get some really good Pokemon. You can get some shinies. I don't like PvP. I hate it. It stresses me out.
Yeah.
I save Pokemon that would be good for PvP in case I ever decide I want to do it. I just don't like doing it. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. What do you think? Want to chat a little bit about video games that are, like, not Pokemon Go before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we can do a quick chat about that. Let's see. We had the Shiny Rayquaza Terror Raid event. Actually got you back to Scarlet Violet,
Yes.
even just for one battle.
I did not. I didn't want to do it, but I did. Again, FOMO. I was like, if I miss my chance, I'm gonna be pissed.
I gotta do one.
So I went on and I just like found the random like battle joiner thing and did the thing that pisses Chris off, and I just like didn't have a very good Pokemon and died a couple of times and reduced the timer, but we got it.
My timer.
And then I played a little bit more Violet and noticed that some of the outbreaks had like shiny or like little like kind of stars next to them. So I assumed that meant the shiny rate was increased. And I think it does because like there was a Citadel and Chansey. I ended up with 2 shiny Citadel and a shiny Chansey. It wasn't the Citadel, it was the first 2 outbreaks I did. Chansey was the first outbreak. And then I did a bunch more Chansey outbreaks to try to get another one so I could have a Blissey too. I couldn't get another one, so I was like, fuck this, I'm bored. And Chanseys are annoying in outbreaks.
Could be a shiny. I genuinely don't know.
So
Believe you.
that kept me in the game because I got a couple of shinies. And but at some point, yeah, that sweet dopamine hit. At some point, I'm gonna have Chris do some shiny hunting teaching.
For Scarlet and Violet.
For Scarlet and Violet. I will say, so I want a shiny charm, but to do that, you have to complete the Pokédex. But to complete the Pokédex, you have to get Pokemon from Scarlet.
Yes, they have to be native.
And you have Violet.
Right, I believe. Or wait, was it a different thing that I was thinking of that has to be like native? There was something recently that I saw that like you need these Pokemon that you need to be native for it. I don't remember.
It might be that. It might be that, honestly. But you have Violet, right?
I do have Violet.
Fuck. Because it's like one of those things where it's like, how the fuck do you get the Scarlet Pokemon without buying it yourself? And it's like you have to like find somebody that has Scarlet and then like coordinate with them. What I've also been doing, or what I did in the past, was the surprise trade. And I've gotten a couple of Scarlet Pokemon through that.
Yeah, because some people, and what you can do too is some people will like go online, they'll put up specific trade codes that are like constantly running. My guess, it's probably a lot of trade bots.
Yeah.
That's like you put in the code, you start to link up for a trade, and they're just automatically sending like if you need like version exclusives, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I should think about doing that because shiny charms do help significantly with shiny hunting. And I mean, I think the only game I've ever gotten a shiny charm is Arceus, because I think that's the game to me that is the easiest. I guess it's not easy, like the easiest, but it is the game where
Arceus? In Arceus?
Yeah.
The shiny hunt?
Yeah. Well, to get the shiny charm.
Oh, to get the shiny charm.
Because it's not like you have to trade with people. It's just a grind.
Yeah, it is just a grind. It's just very time consuming. And
I mean, I did it.
Every single 1 to 10.
And I did it. I had fun doing it. And shiny rates hit crazy once you have the shiny charm. Well, there's levels to it. I mean, if you have the shiny charm, there's a cool chart that you can look at. If you have the shiny charm, if you're at level 10, if you perfect it and you have the shiny charm, your odds are like chances you're going to find a shiny become. I always get it mixed up if it's low or high, that I should say. I don't know. But like your chances that you're going to find a shiny increase exponentially.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sorry, I was
What you got over there?
very much listening, just searching for. I guess. Oh nope, I found it. Never mind.
Okay.
So you were talking about doing some shiny hunting training and all that.
Yes.
I have a sandwich recipe.
A guide. Oh, a short.
A chart.
A chart.
It's like
Here's the thing about this.
particular combinations and only need very few ingredients.
The Herba Mysticas, you have to get through terror raids. I fucking hate terror raids.
I mean, you could have grinded the Rayquaza and got in a bunch. Okay, well, because from what it looked like, it wasn't like super crazy. The rewards for the Rayquaza were like, of course, you can catch the one. You can only catch the one, but you can still do the raid more times. And from it, there was I think it was every single Herba Mystica it could drop from it, and each one had a 3% chance
Gotcha.
on all of them. So
Man.
decent enough chance for some.
Here's the reason why I hate terror raids. I'm not good at them. And so I do die a lot.
It's really just like have the right Pokemon for it.
So I'll figure it out.
It's nothing crazy. Like I can help you out sometime whenever you're feeling
All right,
like
we'll do it. We'll figure it out. Anything else Violet wise?
Nothing comes to my mind.
I was bored when I was cat sitting and I restarted a save file on Sword because I had an idea that I wanted to do a shiny only run, which would because I saw a video of somebody
Has that already gone out the window?
Oh yeah, unless I get bored again and I feel like doing that.
You told me about this yesterday?
Yeah, I know, right? But then I also I was watching Games Done Quick, which is something that our former coworker was involved with, like speed runs for charity and stuff like that. And Let's Go Eevee was on there. And I was like, I kind of want to play that again.
Oh, that was one I was going to actually bring up, like in terms of like shiny hunting. Because
it's like chaining. Like you
go and you catch 40 of anything, really. And then you can just run around in an area and it's a higher chance of a shiny to spawn in.
Interesting. Okay.
So like it's pretty much the strat was you would fly on like a Charizard or something after you have the 40 chain. Usually I would go for like a Pidgey because it's super easy.
Yep.
You go, although the downside is when you're chaining like that, the higher shiny odds is across the board, but you only get better like IVs and stats or whatever it is. Because I know
Pokemon that you chained.
Because I know Let's Go doesn't have the same stuff, but you only get like better whatever for the Pokemon you chained. Yes.
I see. Interesting. Okay.
But it's like, so you would go and after you get your chain up, you go sit on a route wherever you want your shiny to show up. I have seen a shiny Dragonite in the air. I've seen a shiny Charizard that I failed to catch.
No. What, it ran away?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, because the catching in Let's Go is like go, and they can just flee.
It sucks, bro. I forgot about that. I never finished that game. So again, like I'm a master of never finishing.
It's fun for what
Pokemon
it is. It's
games.
really cool.
Arceus was the one that the first Pokemon game that I finished like in a long, long time. So I'm super excited for Legends ZA.
ZA probably be the next.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I'd be fine if it was released later in the year, as long as I can play it on my Switch.
Well, there's potential rumors we might be getting a Switch 2 reveal like this month.
Well, is there going to be crossplay? Are they only going to release it for Switch 2?
No. Switch 2, I'm sure it's going to have like cross compatibility, backwards compatibility, like your Switch games you'll be able to play on the Switch 2 and all that. But I wouldn't be surprised if there are Switch 2 games that they put out that you can only play on the Switch 2.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm not opposed to buying a Switch 2. The thing about getting a Switch 2 that I don't like is most of my games are on the cloud. So like
you'll be fine.
Is there a way to like transfer?
That should all just come along with your Nintendo account.
Okay.
Like,
because it's like
as far as I know,
that was my biggest regret is not purchasing a physical copy of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Because I would feel much better if it was like attached to a cartridge.
Yeah.
I
try to get all my stuff physical when I can.
The only cartridges I have are for Pokemon is Sword and Let's Go Eevee. All my other Pokemon games on the Switch and all my other games are. I have a couple that are hard copy, but that aren't Pokemon that I literally couldn't tell you because I don't play any games that aren't Pokemon. So maybe some Mario games, but
I play Pal World.
Let's not talk about it. What is this? Team kill people with pets? I don't know.
Could have just said like Team Pal. Team. What's a different synonym for Yap?
Team destroy in a first-person shooter.
Destroy. Okay, 4 kids. Oh.
Anyways,
I think that should take us out of this. We're about at time.
I think that's a good way to end it.
I think we should wrap the Yap.
So, my friend, episode 14 is done.
In the books.
In the books. Season 2, episode 14.
Season 2. Can't believe we're already 14 episodes into season 2.
It's wild. Only 13 days into January, we've already done 14 episodes.
We still got like half a season left.
Here we go. Thanks for tuning in. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we've got some cool ideas percolating. We'll think some more. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good year of the Yap.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, we'll catch you later.